next thing you know, I'm gonna have scissors for fingers. It's me again. Okay, well, this is just a little wrap-up video because there's some new information. A lot of you, if not all of you, are here because of LawTube drama. If it wasn't the DUI guy, then it was probably Kurt copyright strike drama. And isn't it interesting to find out that Kurt started both of these things?
I wonder if it might be possible to play the clip I posted in private chat, because I think the audience's reactions are interesting.
So Whose video is it? I just want to make sure I don't get a copyright claim on.
It's mine.
Okay, give me 1 second here.
Yep.
Alrighty. You want me to play it?
Yep. Turn on the audio and watch the audience. See if LawTube has some thoughts about this clip.
Okay.
Same thing by taking Amber Heard as a client for you.
Hard people
might find that to be purely logical.
Now, are you aware that Mr. Jeffs...
All right.
End of clip.
Fun.
I thought the DUI guy might have some thoughts regarding this piece of testimony. Maybe he'd like to comment more about it at some point in the future. Just, really subtle reaction. Not sure he picked up on it. But,
yeah, it's very YouTuber with a red arrow somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, besides that little stirring of drama, he did the copyright strikes. And if you don't know the copyright strike stuff, the first video I did, I think it just says DMCA as the thumbnail, and then after he realized that I wasn't going to listen to his bullshit about how he chose to interpret copyright law, or maybe he finally looked at the video. Since he's got this weird history of just copyright striking videos without even looking at them, chose to live stream his malicious copyright striking.
Oh, right of replies recording my stream and uploading clips? Well, that kind of sucks. I could point out that he's infringing my copyright. In fact, I will point out he's infringing my copyright. Because he is infringing my copyright. So, yeah. Okay, let's go to right of replies channel and just start filing copyright claims. Because he's infringing my copyright. That sounds like fun. Let's do that. Does anyone have a link to his channel? Let's see. Rave replies on yours. You got it, Stephanie. Yeah, let's take him down.
Maybe that's what he did to mine. And so eventually he did look at my video, saw that it was fair use, and chose to tell his audience that he could sue me for defamation. To which several attorneys came out and said, no, we can't, don't worry about it. So I didn't ever really have to worry about the defamation piece, but just in case he thinks me thinking he's angry and drunk is defamation, let's just see if he's angry and drunk.
If it's true, then we're done. Because truth is an absolute defense. That language sounds really familiar, doesn't it? That's some quintessential tort law right there. Purposeful activity, purposeful availment, thrusting yourself into the vortex of the public. And that can't possibly be right. Can it? Good morning, chill out. Thank you for telling me how to feel. I appreciate that you are in fact the regulator of my emotions. Do I have your permission to feel angry or upset? Please let me know. And with $2 more, I still owe you one more shot.
He said something to me before we recorded. They do not come around very often, and it was great. Resulted in my first ever ethics complaint as a lawyer.
Like Kurt sending hearts, pray to the throne god for me tonight. The drunkest I've ever been. I've had some experiences.
Yes, you will. Anime Matsuri. So here's the deal, guys. I'm not 100% sure about who's coming to Anime Matsuri.
It's not shouting. Grow up. It's my channel. It is shouting. Go to timeout land. It's not shouting. Fuck you. Fuck you. I mean, so apparently there are some false statements of fact that are being communicated and published to third parties. And okay, does this tend to harm their reputation versus the pleaded truth, incidentally? Because that's also a defense in defamation law. If there's no difference between the pleaded truth and what they said, then it doesn't matter, because basically the idea is there's no damages. So it'd be like me saying, I don't know, X has murdered 7 people, and be like, well, that's not true. I only murdered 5. And it's like, no one cares. So whatever the line might be, well past it.
Not a copyright claim. Definitely fair use. Not even close to defamation. Oh, the new thing, and I just heard this last night, so that's why it's on my channel today. Apparently his new thing is back to copyright, and his LawTube friends who have come out and said, stop this, you're ridiculous, they're wrong too.
LawTubers that have commented about whether the clips that have been shared, or where the compilation of clips, or whether these rearrangement of clips, where those are fair use. Whether those are fair use or not is not necessarily the end of the inquiry, because as I mentioned, like, there's also like, okay, well, how did they create those clips? How did they create those clips? Well, it seems logical, although I don't know for sure, but it seems logical.
It's called a computer.
Was by, for example, downloading the entire stream, or in downloading the stream from YouTube. In either way, at that point, they're making a complete copy of the entire stream. And how do you get to fair use for that? They're making a complete copy.
They're wrong because they haven't thought about it hard enough. It's kind of like his audience who doesn't listen hard enough. Listen harder.
Listen harder. Christ. You have listening comprehension problems. You should probably go see my listening comprehension video. This is why I can't trust my audience.
In his world, what's happening is, I'm righteous. I did this thing and it's righteous. Oh, I'm not righteous? Well, what other way could I have been righteous? Well, let's try defamation. That's what I meant. Oh, it's not defamation? Well, let's go back to copyright, since I use the copyright system to try to make my point. Let's see, what could it be? What could it be? It's not fair use, or it's fair use because they clipped it up. But, let's think harder. How did they get the original material? And in Kurt's mind, he says, we must have downloaded all of it, so we're pirates. Arr. So listen, this Amber Heard has turned us all into pirates. Next thing you know, we have scissors for fingers. So yeah, so I just wanted to say that that's also bullshit. No, I didn't download all of his material. There's no room in my phone for an entire pumpkin patch. There's just not. I have to delete these videos as I make them. There's no room for all of that. It's just not possible. I mean, like, seriously though, for as much space as you take up in my phone, you'd think you'd have more substance, but you don't. So I also need to show you that what his new excuse is, I make batch recordings, and like all my batch recordings, they like go into private and they're like for me. And if anybody uses them, they're like stealing my batch. Dummy, the video I used is still up there, and I didn't even make a great video. My video could be way better. And it's still up there. People could still do what I did completely within their grounds of fair use. What else? It is his channel. He's allowed to say, don't talk about him being drunk. He's allowed to say, don't use caps locks. He's allowed to just time anybody out he wants. And he's allowed to tell his mods to do the same thing. If you do not like it, don't try to change his system. You just leave. And that's the truth for my channel. That's the truth for every single channel. If you don't like the way it goes, then leave. It's really not difficult. I don't understand how his mods could be getting death threats. I really don't. The only reason I believe it is because it was said to me by somebody who doesn't seem to have a reason to lie. Why? It doesn't make sense. Although none of these people have a reason to lie, and lies never make sense. So if somebody's out there threatening their mods, I mean, how does that solve anything? It doesn't. No one's threatened Kurt. No one's threatened his mods. And it's not like that. People are like, oh, this drama is destroying chat. No, it's not. You know how many chats I've been in? All of them. Pretty much all of them. If I see it live, I'm in there because I'm interested, because I love this community and I love this talk. And it's generally really nice, regular, normal banter like I've had for the last several months since I came back to YouTube after graduating. So what I want to say to those people who are like, oh my God, you guys are the worst. It's not us. The particular issue is not following us around. It's following Kurt around. When Kurt enters the room, chat goes berserk. Chat's allowed to go berserk when somebody that's trying to burn down their community arrives. Like, no big deal. And people are like, you're here? So, I didn't really mean to say all that. I meant to say, this is not the problem of his mods. His problem is that he chose to hide behind his mods to make them do his dirty work. Hell, he sent his mods into our Discord, into my Instagram, to try to tell me that they were in control, that they were the ones that could change this for us. So either he put himself behind them, or they put themselves forward to take the heat for him for some reason, or he asked them to go. Whichever the reason, get out of the way. Get out of the way. I'm not going to stop firing at this person who thinks that I'm a target. I'm just not. Now, I've tried to be nice, and I've tried to be forgiving, and I've tried to be kind, but seriously, Kurt, shut the fuck up. This is wrong. You are wrong. You've been wrong the entire time. I don't even know what to say to you, but stop. And I know this is your world, and we're just sort of living in it. You can kiss my ass if you think I'm just gonna be quiet because of your mental health. Nobody even fucking asked me about my mental health. Nobody asked me if I've got ADHD running amok. Nobody asked me if I've got depression. Why? Because I'm handling myself normally? Guess what? People with these problems can handle themselves completely normally and rationally. And then at the back end, after all this abuse towards me, after all of this shit that's not necessary, I'm the one that should be more civil. I'm the one that should... No. This is as civil as it gets. I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I haven't introduced you guys to Rubia yet. Rubia is actually the only reason that Kurt ever stopped.
So we should introduce, Julie sometime. Yeah.
I can introduce myself. My real name is Julie Medeiros. I've been an attorney for 29 years, graduated law school in 1993 from Berkeley, went to undergrad at UCLA. I have managed litigation in 43 states. I've tried a crap load of cases. And I unfortunately ended up with a little bit of a health problem recently. I'm taking a break for a while. While I'm taking the break, I get really bored. I am a late Gen Xer, and I worked 7 days a week, 14-hour days. I didn't even know this world. So started watching all of the different, channels, and, started with Legal Bites, and then, flipped around and pretty much have watched all of them because I'm bored AF. But through all of this, I found out what happened to Div, and it pissed me off. And through part of that, I started looking up, and I'm the one that started going, yeah, and with all due respect, Mr. the expert, your thoughts of the intellectual capacity of Kurt are a little bit different than mine. He reads cases like a law student does. He reminds me of the first-year lawyers that I have to train, and it drives me effing crazy. And yes, I am that mean old lawyer that yells at the poor baby lawyers, and he would be one that I'd be going, okay, babe, you think you know a lot. He throws out case names that have absolutely nothing to do with the categories of what he's, of what he's talking about. I actually have a party for some very high-powered female lawyers where we're literally just planning on watching some of his crap so that we can laugh. And I don't know how you can even pass law school. The guy graduated from a crappy law school. Sorry if it offends anyone, but I get to say it. Hey, there's a lot of kick-ass lawyers that went to crappy law schools, including Camille. She went to a total crap law school. So it doesn't mean anything, but he didn't get a job coming out of it in the legal world, which is common. And I wouldn't be talking about any of this if he hadn't done this copyright strike on Div, and everyone's talking about it. The next thing you know, he does another one. And this one just really irks me. So I have told Snap that I will represent her. That's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm not a copyright lawyer, but I'm going to become one. I've tried all kinds of cases. Awesome. I have tried defamation cases. Kurt is going to have to sue,
Same.
and I'm going to represent her for a drink. And if I have to go to trial over it, it's going to be a large drink.
And I'll pay.
But,
And I'll pay for it.
I guess that's it for today. I was gonna do a funny video, but I can't. I actually did make a video yesterday, a story about doing moot court. And I thought, I'm just gonna be fun. It's gonna be a little 4 or 5 minute video. And before I could render it, I joined a live chat and this happened. So what do you do when the fire keeps showing up? And so this is just my way of extinguishing it. It's bullshit, it's wrong, and it's like Amber Heard Sims. Do you think with an internet full of evidence that they come here and go, oh, we were wrong? They don't. They never will. And I'm pretty sure that if anyone is still simping for Kurt Mueller at this point, it's not something that can be fixed with facts. This is a feelings game, and they are heavily invested. Now, he was wrong about the copyright, so he said defamation. He's wrong about defamation, so he went back to copyright. And now he's saying that the reason that it is because people are downloading full videos, which I'm not. And so if you want an example of how Kurt is never wrong, and he's not going to be wrong on this one, no matter the facts, here's him taking the bar exam, the test exam. He gets to a question, and he doesn't know the answer to the question. But at the end, the Texas bar is wrong.
All we have is performance, which comes only to be, and the performance is instantly the acceptance and completion of the contract. Therefore, it's a unilateral contract, and therefore the bar exam answer is wrong. The bar exam is wrong. So screw the bar exam, people.
If I left anything out, or if something comes to light, guess who's gonna post it? Me. Even if you think it's petty, because I don't care. I don't care if you think it's petty. It is petty. I don't know if it's petty, but fucking mad about it. A patent examiner. He's not even a patent examiner anymore. He has no license to practice in the state he lives in. He has no job as a patent examiner. He's literally a YouTuber. He's a YouTuber. He's me. You ain't shit, fool. We ain't shit, fool. Although I made $3 last month, and I made much more than that this month. So that is strange to think about. It's so strange to think that YouTube will pay me for being on YouTube. Bro, I was already on YouTube. Thanks for the check. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Peace out.